Theory and Practice of Counseling and Psychotherapy, 10th edition. Chapter 6, Existential Therapy. Introduction. Existential therapy focuses on exploring themes such as mortality, meaning, freedom, responsibility, anxiety, and aloneness. Existential concepts and themes have significant implications for the existentially oriented practitioner. Clients are shaping their own lives when they are realized and accepted circumstances and surrendered control. Existential therapy is best described as a philosophical approach that influences a counselor's therapeutic practice. It asks deep questions about the nature of the human being and of anxiety, despair, grief, loneliness, isolation, and anomie. It deals centrally with the questions of meaning, creativity, and love. Here are some common questions and sources of existential angst for clients. Why am I here? What do I want from life? What gives my life purpose? Where is the source of meaning for me in life? Existential view of human nature. The basic dimensions of the human condition. The capacity for self-awareness, freedom and responsibility, the creation of an identity and establishing meaningful relationships, search for meaning, purpose, values, and goals, anxiety as a condition of living, and awareness of death and non-being. Preposition 1, the capacity for self-awareness. The greater our awareness, the greater our possibilities for freedom. Awareness is realizing that we are finite, time is limited. We have the choice to act or not to act. We choose our actions. Meaning is not automatic, we must seek it. We are subject to loneliness, meaninglessness, emptiness, guilt, and isolation. We are basically alone. Proposition 2, freedom and responsibility. We do not choose the circumstances into which we are born, but we create our own destiny through our choices. Sartre calls for a commitment to choosing for ourselves. Freedom implies that we are responsible for our lives, for our actions, and for our failures to take action. Freedom and responsibility go hand in hand. Assuming responsibility is a basic condition for change. Proposition 3, striving for identity and relationship to others. Identity is the courage to be. We must trust ourselves to search within and find our own answers. Our great fear is that we will discover that there is no core, no self, and no substance. Being existentially alone helps us to discover our authentic self. Balancing aloneness and relatedness helps us develop a unique identity and live authentically in the moment. At their best, our relationships are based on our desire for fulfillment, not based on deprivation. Relationships based on deprivation tend to be clinging and symbiotic. Preposition 4, the search for meaning. A distinctly human characteristic is the struggle for a sense of significance and purpose in life. Logotherapy can provide the conceptual framework for helping clients find meaning in their lives. Meaningless in life can lead to emptiness and hollowness, an existential vacuum. Preposition 5, anxiety as a condition of living. Look at Yalom's 4 givens of existence, which can create anxiety. Existential anxiety is normal. a response to an event being faced, an invitation to freedom. Neurotic anxiety, of which is typically out of our awareness, is anxiety about concrete things that is out of proportion to the situation. A healthy view of anxiety. Anxiety can be a stimulus for growth as we become aware of and accept our freedom. It can be a catalyst for living authentically and fully. We can blunt our anxiety by creating the illusion that there is security in life. The courage to live entails accepting the reality of death and the anxiety associated with uncertainty. Preposition 6, awareness of death and non-being. Death gives significance to living. It is necessary to think about death if we are to think significantly about life. Our awareness of death is the source of zest for life and creativity. We can turn our fear of death into a positive force when we accept the reality of our mortality. Therapeutic goals: assisting clients in moving toward authenticity and learning to recognize when they are deceiving themselves. Helping clients face anxiety and engage in action that is based on creating a worthy existence. Helping clients to reclaim and re-own their lives, teaching them to listen to what they already know about themselves. Schneider and Krug identify 4 aims of therapy: to help clients become more present to themselves and others, to assist clients in identifying ways they block themselves from fuller presence, to challenge clients to assume responsibility for designing their present lives, to encourage clients to choose more expanded ways of being in their daily lives. Relationship between therapist and client. Therapy is a journey taken by therapist and client. The person-to-person relationship is key. The relationship demands that therapists be in contact with their own phenomenological world. The core of the therapeutic relationship: faith and respect in the client's potential to cope, sharing reactions with genuine concern and empathy. Application: therapeutic techniques and procedures. Existential psychotherapy is not technique-oriented. Techniques from other models can be used within the context of striving to understand the subjective world of the client, but they must be used in an integrated fashion. When the deepest self of the therapist meets the deepest part of the client, the counseling process is at its best. Phases of existential therapy. Initial phase. Clients are assisted in identifying and clarifying their assumptions about the world. Middle phase. Clients are assisted in more fully examining the source and authority of their present value system. Final phase. Clients are assisted in translating what they have learned about themselves into action. Application to group counseling. Provides an ideal environment for therapeutic work on responsibility. Clients are responsible for their behavior in group. Group settings provide a mirror of how clients may act in the world. Through feedback, members learn to view themselves through another's eyes and how their behavior affects others. Group counseling can build interpersonal skills. It creates an opportunity to relate to others in a meaningful and authentic way. It provides an opportunity to explore the paradoxes of existence. It reduces avoidance of universal existential concerns because not addressing these themes diminishes one's engagement with life. Strengths from a diversity perspective. It does not dictate a particular way of viewing or relating to reality. It has a focus on universality and on the human experiences that transcend the boundaries that separate cultures. It considers the degree to which behavior is influenced by social and cultural conditioning. Shortcomings from a diversity perspective. The approach may be exceptionally individualistic and insensitive to social factors that cause human problems. However, this is beginning to change. Social injustices may lead clients to feel patronized or misunderstood if the therapist too quickly conveys that they have choice in improving their lives. Some clients may prefer a more concrete direction. Contributions of the existential approach. Existentialists have contributed a new dimension to the understanding of anxiety, guilt, loneliness, and alienation. Its emphasis on the human quality of the therapeutic relationship is a strength. The key concepts of the existential approach can be integrated into most therapeutic schools. Limitations and criticisms of the existential approach. The individualistic focus may not fit within the worldviews of clients from a collectivistic culture. Some practitioners may view existential concepts as lofty and elusive. The focus on self-determination may not fully account for real-life limitations of those who are oppressed and have limited choices. Some clients prefer a more directive approach to counseling. Some practitioners may lack the level of maturity, life experience, and intensive training required to be effective. The approach does not focus on specific techniques, making treatments difficult to standardize and study empirically.